In April of 1815, one of the most powerful volcanic eruptions in human history shook the earth. Mount Tambora, located in present-day Indonesia, exploded with a force so great that its effects would be felt across the globe for years to come. This is the story of how a single eruption reshaped the climate and caused what would become known as the year without a summer. Mount Tambora, a stratovolcano, erupted on April 10, 1815. This eruption was a Category 7 on the Volcanic Explosivity Index, making it the largest volcanic event in over 2,000 years. The eruption was so violent that it spewed roughly 160 cubic kilometers of ash, pumice, and gases into the atmosphere, darkening skies as far as 600 kilometers away. The explosion killed an estimated 71,000 people, many from pyroclastic flows and others from the ensuing starvation and disease. But the devastation didn't stop there. What came next would change the world's climate in ways no one could have predicted. The eruption released massive amounts of sulfur dioxide into the upper atmosphere. This sulfur dioxide combined with water vapor to form aerosols, creating a reflective cloud of particles that blocked out sunlight. These particles spread across the globe, cooling the Earth by reflecting solar radiation back into space. Within months, global temperatures began to drop. By the following year, 1816, the world was facing a dramatic climate anomaly. This drop in temperature was felt most intensely in the Northern Hemisphere, particularly in Europe and North America. The summer of 1816 became known as the year without a summer. In Europe, the average temperature fell by 2 to 3 degrees Celsius below normal. Farmers were hit the hardest. Crops failed across the continent due to unseasonal frosts, and snow fell in July. Communities in places like Switzerland and France struggled with food shortages, sparking riots and widespread famine. Across the Atlantic, New England and parts of Canada faced similar hardships. There were reports of frost in June and even snowfalls in parts of New York. In some areas, the temperature dropped by a staggering 5.5 degrees Celsius below normal during the summer. Crops like corn, which require warm weather, were destroyed, leading to widespread food shortages and skyrocketing prices. But it wasn't just the Western world that suffered. In Asia, the eruption disrupted monsoon patterns, causing severe droughts and floods. In India, this led to failed harvests and the outbreak of a cholera pandemic, which would go on to spread across continents in the years that followed. The climate disruption caused by Mount Tambora lasted for about 2 to 3 years, but 1816 remains the most infamous. The skies darkened, crops failed, and hunger spread, a stark reminder of nature's unpredictable and powerful forces. Mount Tambora's eruption was a natural disaster of epic proportions. It left a trail of destruction in its wake, but it also had a lasting impact on human history. The eruption caused millions to suffer, but it also inspired art, literature, and innovation in the face of adversity. And to this day, it remains a reminder of how small we truly are in the face of nature's might.